Well, for months now, the Waterbury School Board has been pushing to extend the school superintendent's contract by 3 years. And now the mayor says both he and the board have decided to move on, asking Dr. Verna Ruffin to clear out her office by the end of this week. Fox 61's Julia LeBlanc is live outside Waterbury City Hall with the details. Julia.
Hi, good evening to you, Brent. Yeah, Mayor Paul Pernerowski Jr. here in Waterbury tells us this was really a collective and last straw decision between him and the school board after he says they learned that the district is now being investigated for the second time by the Department of Justice. This all follows months of back and forth between the mayor, the school board, the teachers union, and the superintendent about whether or not to extend Dr. Verna Ruffin's contract. Ultimately, the mayor was against extending it for a long period of time due to what he says were communication issues and an overall sense that teachers in the district were not happy with the way things were being run. That came out in a recent survey of more than 700 Waterbury teachers, which the president of the union says was damning.
We brought some of these concerns to the board, to the superintendent first, then the board, and we just felt like the superintendent was not addressing many of our concerns in a timely fashion.
Then came a Department of Justice investigation into the district's treatment of special needs students, which the mayor says Dr. Ruffin failed to inform the city and the school board about. Now, as Dr. Ruffin's contract was coming to a close, the mayor says he learned of a second investigation. This time, the Office of the Child Advocate in Disability Rights Connecticut were referring Waterbury and 3 other municipalities to the DOJ for civil rights violations for special education students. The mayor says he learned the city was notified 2 years ago and never took action.
That's it. I just saw that was sort of the end of the road for me. I just didn't see any way to go forward. I think it's time for a new start.
The mayor vetoed the decision to extend Dr. Ruffin's contract, and the school board did not hold a meeting to override it to try to keep Dr. Ruffin. From here, the board will have to select an interim superintendent, and the district will start a national search through an outside consulting firm for a permanent replacement. The mayor says that process could take 10 months to a year.
Education is critically important. We face a lot of problems in Waterbury, and I think when you start looking at the poverty and the crime and the other issues, if we don't solve the education process, we're never going to solve all of those other problems.
We're going to start with a clean slate, which is really the best position. I couldn't imagine, even with another 1-year contract with Dr. Ruffin in place, how that would go, because there were so many questions, and those types of questions don't get answered in a year.
Now, we did reach out to Dr. Ruffin via text and email, and we did not hear back. We also haven't heard back from the president and vice president of the school board. However, we are hearing from one of their commissioners tonight, Thomas Van Stone, who tells us he believes this decision here is long overdue. We're live in Waterbury tonight. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.